What's up, Earl Skakel?
Dude, I love Judas Priest.
I love Judas Priest with all my fucking heart. I seen them open up with this song once, and it blew me the fuck away on this tour.
Oh, they're
This
great.
had to be like 83 or something, 83, 84. They blew me the fuck out of it. They came out to Silence, No Motorcycle, and you just heard that little Glenn Tipton guitar. I was like, Jesus Christ. What's up, brother?
Dude, it's an honor to
It's
be
an
here.
honor for you to be here. I saw you the other night. I've been thinking a lot about you, and I keep seeing you and forgetting because I'm at the store on comedy business, not on podcast business. And when I get in the car and I slam the door and I'm driving up Laurel Canyon, I'm like, fuck, I didn't ask Earl when he was available. And I saw you the other night briefly, and I was going to get right back to you in there. And you know how the store is.
Oh, yeah.
You just disappear into a fucking crowd, and there you go. You don't know if you're going to see him anymore like Paulie.
Well, I mean, I didn't, I know you've got 1,000 people hitting you up to be on it. I'm shy when I'm just, I don't ask. It's just because I don't want to be a pain in the ass.
No, it's weird. I always like finding a hook for people. That's what people don't understand. Like sometimes somebody will come up to me and go, I want to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have you on the podcast also. Let me wait for a hook. There's got to be something, a topic, something that happens in your life, something happens at the store, a generality.
Sure.
And we get you in there. And I'd rather get you in on a hook than just walk you in and not fucking have anything to talk to you about.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but still, I mean, I've wanted to come on for a long time. And
No, it's the weirdest thing. I like to have people on the show that I know,
Yeah, oh, for sure.
that I have some sort of relationship with, or I know a lot about. It's the people who hit you up that you don't know at all. Like, you just don't know these people. They're like, I want to be on your show. Well, who the fuck are you? I don't even know you. So it wouldn't work. We'd have to play catch up for an hour before the show started.
Right.
And then do the fucking show. Most people have a background. All I need is one thing to relate to, and we could spread out the podcast, So I'm sorry if it took long to get to you.
Oh, no, I mean, the reason why I wanted to be on is because you keep it real,
What else are you going to do?
Well, there's a lot of people who don't.
What else are you going to do? I mean, I cannot. I'm old already, I'm going to come in here and fucking, yesterday I was at the park with my daughter. I'm sitting there, and my daughter's playing with some girl, and the husband is talking to my wife, and the guy's wife is standing there staring off into fucking Jupiter, whatever the fuck they do. And we're sitting there having a good time, and the fucking guy walks on here, some fucking foreign, I don't know, and he's coming in with a white wife, and they start yakking and talking, and he's loud, and he's obnoxious, the guy, and he's like, I wish they sold beer at the park. What are you fucking talking about? Shut the fuck up.
Right.
He's like, I like to tie one on at the park, I don't even know what my fucking point was, but it's just weird how who's going to work on the podcast for you, and who's not.
Oh, sure.
You don't want to have a bad podcast. You at least people want them to get something out of the podcast. My point was about that guy was that he was the biggest fake.
Right.
He was a typical, Studio City fake fucking dad. The wife had the yoga bag to let everybody know she went to yoga. They had the crib. Out loud, he talked about auditions and the new movie he got in Japan. People don't do that. That's not how I grew up with people. Shut the fuck up. And I remember when they went away, I finally looked at my wife. I'm like, thank God that motherfucker got the fuck away from me. And my wife gave me a look like, what? I don't even want to hear that shit.
Right.
It's fucking Sunday. Save it somewhere else, I can't be that type of person.
Well, that's why I love you.
I can never owe on credit cards and be on a vacation and jump up and down and tell people I'm having a good time. You owe fucking $20,000 on credit cards. What good time did you have? You're down there eating everything you're eating. You're looking at like a fucking bumpy. People who, drive a car to impress people. I'm over that shit. Like, I'm over all that shit. Like I was over that when I was 21.
Right.
So the only way I know how to treat people is just, the way you're supposed to be treated. Nice and simple.
Yes, not that
no
hard.
drama, a hug. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, keep fucking walking. You'll know. You'll know. Why fuck with people? Why give somebody a false whatever? You may not like somebody or something. The greatest thing about Earth is that we're all not perfect. And we all don't have to like the same movies, and we all don't have to like the same music. That's the best thing about being an American, I think, or being on this planet as a...
That you have that option. Because in some places you don't.
Well, no. We all have that option. Of you don't like that person, you were raised well enough not to tell that person you don't like them, but you avoid them.
But I find the older I get, it's harder for me to hold when I don't like someone in. Like, if I don't like someone, they know.
Well, they know because of your body language.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Shit like that. But I don't have the heart to tell somebody, listen, I really don't like you. Unless they're getting on my last fucking nerve.
Right.
I'm trying to have a good time. Then you have to tell people exactly. But I wouldn't want somebody to tell me they didn't like me. So I use it the same way. When somebody's in your corner. We're not dumb. We're not fucking 10 anymore. You know when somebody lives and breathes for you, and you know when somebody's an acquaintance.
Absolutely.
There's a big fucking difference when you know that person will live and die for me. But that person's just a hello, goodbye, good to see you. When are we doing lunch?
Right.
Let's get together. I love your podcast. When are you going to have me on? I'm going to have you on yours. And all that shit people want to hear out here.
It is kind of weird though. Like my go-to is always like I don't talk. I try to say hi and get out of the way. Like I don't really stick around. But it is kind of weird sometimes when you feel like you're putting out like, hey, I'm not really a huge fan of you, and they just stick around and like they can't take a hint. Like I never want to be an issue. I never want to have someone like, oh, he's overstaying his welcome. So like but there's some people who do the opposite of that.
Well, they just don't get social cues. Like someone has their back turned to you, they don't want to talk to you.
Right.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. I was raised just to be straightforward with people.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you gotta lie to get a piece of pussy. You gotta lie to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever go to the moon before? All the time. I was just there last week. Whatever, to get a job.
Sure.
When we all first start dating a girl, or girls, for women that are listening, when you start dating a guy, all of a sudden you love the Boston Red Sox too. I'm not... gives you permission to go buy a hat to wear to the game with us to look like a fucking idiot. Take the fucking hat off. You like hockey and fucking ice skating. It's the same thing we do. On the first date, you like cats. I love cats.
Oh,
you don't fucking like cats. You'll kick that motherfucker when she's not around. But we all have to tell those little white lies. I get that. But to be dishonest with somebody, like the guys I have respect for the most in comedy as bookers, were the people who looked me in the face and said, listen, you're too blue to work at my club.
Right.
As a feature act. Get some credits and call me back. I am very tight with those people today because they told me what their business called for and what I needed to be to work in their business. It's the people who come up to you at the store and go, hey, you want to go to my club in San Antonio? And you're like, yeah. Send the tape and I'll get you in there. And you send the tape and they never pick up the phone no more. Then you don't see them for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And you see them and they don't talk to you. They give you some excuse. I never got you any messages. I never got your tape. And then one day you get booked on Comedy Central Premium Blend and they put an offer in for you.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah, how you doing, man? It's great to see all your success. And you sit there and you want to smack them and say something to them because now I have people contacting me that would not even answer the phone for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's very funny and they're happy for my success and they're all happy. I look at them, I'm there to take their fucking envelope. I don't give a fuck. Don't even hit me with that. We all know what this is. We all know what this is. This is no liking. Nobody liking nobody. We all know what this is, okay? You come in, you watch the first show for 10 minutes, you wait till after the show, you tell me I had a sensational set, that you liked a particular joke, and then I don't see you the rest of the weekend. You make your money and I make mine. That's exactly what we are. And when you understand that, it makes everything. When you understand exactly what position you're in, it makes your life, your career that much easier.
Sure.
You ever work in a restaurant? And you're a dishwasher, and you're like, I know how to make this, give this place. And you go up to the owner, and you're like, why don't you do a happy hour on tacos? And he looks at you like you got 3 fucking heads. Like, go in the back kitchen.
Right.
You're a fucking retard. You're a dishwasher, you know. It's kind of the same fucking thing, you know.
Well, I just wish, like Adam at the Comedy Store, when he showcased me, he was like, dude, I know everyone's telling me I got to pass you because they love you and you've been up here forever, but if you don't do well, I can't pass you. And that's great. That's all I wanted to hear.
Adam is very, very, very honest.
Oh, I love it.
Adam has been thrown in. I give my props to Adam.
Absolutely.
In a big way. He's done for people. Adam is the talent coordinator at the Comedy Store. Before we started the podcast, Earl and I were talking about the Comedy Store when I first got there. And if you knew what the Comedy Store was then, and you know what the Comedy Store is now, it's still a fucking major art hub in Los Angeles on the West Coast. But now it has rules that are enforced. There was always loose rules. Mitzi always had rules for certain people. Certain people get away with certain things. What Lee could get away with, I can't get away with, and what Earl could get away with, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, oh, absolutely.
With Adam, it's pretty blatant. And I've heard Adam be honest with people. Like, one of my first 2 months at the store, I was just standing by the wall. And there was no school comic there, and he was bugging Adam. And Adam answered him, like, listen, there's just no room for you here. The industry wants younger acts, blah, 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 blah. And my heart sunk for the guy.
Sure.
My heart sunk for the guy. He's been around for 30 years. Great comic, movies, the whole thing. But it's true. You're 60, and there's no room for you here anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to move on. Some other talent coordinator would go, hey, call in for spots on Monday and pass the buck.
That's what Tommy would have done.
Right. Pass the buck to Paulie or Peter or whatever. I really appreciate Adam.
Oh,
Adam has turned that place around. The first talent coordinator when I was there also helped my career immensely. He broke it down.
Right.
And I loved him. I still talk to him on Facebook. He lives in Africa. Where the fuck he lives? Scott Day? Scott Day did not play either. Scott Day knew what the time it was down there. He knew that the place was run. He kept a little bit of semblance. And he would give you advice. You want more spots? Don't call in for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let Mitch know you're available the whole fucking week. And you're like, oh, I get it now. He would tell you little things. He would talk to you at night. He would still be there at 10, you know?
Right.
Which for you, that's very rare of Adam. I got to take my hats off to Adam. Tommy was there to steal.
Well.
Yeah, at night. But the guys before Tommy, the talent coordinators, they really didn't hang till after 8:30. 8:30, they would be there having a drink, and they'd fucking leave. They didn't have really relationships with agents. They didn't have relationships with management. The guy after fucking my guy, Scott Day, that left, was there, and I missed the movie because he didn't really like me. And Paramount called for me for an audition. They didn't know how to get a hold of me. He never said nothing to me. I found out years later from Paramount.
Yeah.
They hired me for something different and said, we wanted you for this. We called the store 3 times and left messages. We didn't know how to get a hold of you. So there was a lot of that shit going on where I don't like Earl. Mitzi passed Earl, but I'm not an Earl favorite.
Right.
So when William Morris calls here looking for Earl Skakel, I tell him I don't know what his number is. I don't even know what he's talking about.